I'm going to show you how to create a watercolor color grid. This is a great thing to do to figure out all of the different varieties of color you can come up with just your 8 colors in your watercolor pan. You're going to need to set up your paper today using a ruler or a straight edge, just so that you can have some straight lines to work with. I'm going to actually measure mine so that mine are all 1-inch boxes. So I'm going to measure 8 inches here and draw a line. Then I'll measure 8 inches down, right to the bottom. That worked out. I'll do this over here too. So now I have an 8 by 8 box. I'm going to mark each inch with my pencil so that I know where 8 inches is. Now I have 8 marks here, and I'll do the same thing here on the top. Now I can draw lines. Your lines don't have to be perfectly straight. We're just looking for a grid, so do your best. You just need to make sure you have 8 boxes going up and down and 8 boxes going across. Now I'm going to just extend this line a little bit so that my grid has some little openings. I'm going to label where each color is going to go. So I'm going to start with red, and I'll do red up here as well. And then in the next box going down, I'm going to do orange. And in the next box on the top, I'll do orange. So you're just going to label this as you go. Then it's yellow on the next box and yellow on the next box. So you're just writing the colors in their order as if you're planning out your tray. So now I've got all of the colors all the way down to black in the correct order that my pan has my colors. This will make sure I don't mess up. So now I'm just going to mix all of the colors based on what my grid tells me. So red and red, I don't really need to mix red with red, but if I want to, I can get a little extra red in there, figure out what my red looks like. Now I'm going to be mixing red with orange in this box. So I'll put my red here. Maybe I'll put a little red in this box as well, so then I can just mix the next colors with these. Basically, I'm going to do red all the way down because that's my column for red. And then on the columns on the left, I'll mix that color that it says. So I got orange here. I'm just going to mix that in the little box. I'll add a little more orange. I just want to try to make sure I get a good 50-50 mix. Now I'll do some yellow after cleaning my brush. There, yellow and red should make orange. And now in the next box, it's going to be red mixed with green. And this should make a nice neutral color since these are opposite colors. Just remember to keep washing your brush between colors, because if your colors get muddy, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose of this. So you really have to make sure you're keeping your paints clean. So I'm going to do red all the way down this little column here. And then I'll do my mixtures for the rest of the column. So I've done red and green. Now I'm going to do red and blue. I'll stir those up. When you mix red and blue, you should get a violet or a purple. Now I'll wash my brush again. I'll mix violet this time with the red. And then it looks like my next one's going to be brown with red. And then finally the black with the red. Be careful with the black, it's pretty heavy-handed. So you just need a little dot of black to see how it mixes. And I'm just going to continue this through my entire grid. So now I've done my reds all the way down, and I'm going to mix the next color in my grid. My next row is going to be oranges, and then I add a little bit of red here, add a little bit of yellow, add a little bit. So this is how you're going to find out what you get when you mix each color. This is going to be a nice reference for you for the next project when we do a little landscape painting. And this is something that you can keep as you continue to do watercolors throughout your life. Something I forgot to do is just put the color on each label. You might want to do that too. That helps keep your eyes straight when you start getting deep into the grid. So now I'll do my row of yellow. I mix yellow with orange, I mix yellow with yellow, I mix yellow with green, yellow with blue, yellow with violet, yellow with brown, and yellow with black. Now I'll do my greens. You'll notice that I'm not actually making my colors touch. This is important. You want to make sure that you don't make your little boxes run into each other, or that will actually mess up your colors because they'll start to bleed with one another. So make sure that your little boxes of watercolors don't touch each other. If your mixture of blue and violet touches a mixture of blue and brown, they're going to become a new color. So be careful of that. Notice how I have a lot of white space between each little box. Keep it contained. Okay, now I'm doing my violets all the way down. Oh, you'll figure out what works for you. Some people like to do one at a time. I'm kind of playing around here. See what it looks like with black. And then this is what it looks like when I finished. Just look at all of those different gradations of color. Alright, so go have some fun and make 64 different colors. Turn on some music, it's fun and relaxing. See you soon.